Hi guys, it's Moody here. So today I have a showdown match against Zabuza. His name is in the description and the top with the title and stuff. So I have a World Cup match, and what happened was I owed him a battle, and since I was really busy working on Chase a Thumbnail lately and other art things, I didn't exactly have the time to have a battle or make the Pokemon for a battle. So I had no little cup team at all, and I told him, hey, well, I could showdown right now and then make some pokes later. So we're like, yeah, except you need to wait for me to like make a team up or import a team or something into my showdown. But he's like, yo, I have a team, and I'm like, okay, if you want to give me the team and let me use it, then that works out too. So he gave me this team. It's, I think, supposed to be first gen pokes, I believe, something like that. It's basically, I guess, a theme type of thing, and his team was also a theme type of thing. It was just like color theme thing. I've never actually done one or used one, but it's pretty cool. So I just looked it over and just went from there. I figured, okay, we'll start the battle. So I figured that he's gonna try and lead off with something that's gonna set up stealth rocks. So I thought like maybe his Dwebble, because they usually set up rocks. So I decided to lead off with my Sandshrew, and he ends up leading with Chimchar, and I'm like, well, that's an interesting lead, I guess. So he U-turns, and I end up staying in because I'm like, well, Sandshrew is pretty defensive, so I really don't have like an issue there, I suppose. I didn't think I was in trouble. So then he went into his Paris, and with my Slowpoke I Thunder Waved him because neither of his Pokemon were like resistant to it, so it's like at least I'll paralyze something. And then I ended up going into Sandshrew thinking maybe he's gonna try and paralyze me, but no, instead he Spores, and then I ended up going into my Growlithe, and I expected him to go for a Grass type move. So now I'm able to scare him out as he goes into his Dwebble. So I went for Wild Charge, hoping that he'd switch into like his Shelter or something, but he doesn't, unfortunately. And he goes for Earthquake. I surprisingly live with Paris. I didn't expect it to, so I'm like, well, sure, I'll just get off a Spore and it'll be pretty cool. And then I ended up going for an Aromatherapy to cure my Sandshrew of it. So I go back into my Sandshrew, hoping he just keeps staying asleep, but at the same time, it's like, I'm just gonna set up my Stealth Rocks again, because it's always a cool thing to do. He goes into his Shelters. I Rapid Spin the spiky thingies away. Now, see, last time I went into Sandshrew, he predicted that I went for a Rapid Spin, so I thought maybe he would do that again. So I'm like, staying in, maybe it'll work. But no, he kills me off, which is like, alright. So I go into my Magnemite, predicting him to switch. I go for a Volt Switch. So I get Switch Initiative, and I go into the Growlithe as he goes into Weasel. And that's not a very good matchup for me, so I'm going to end up going into my Slowpoke, who gets critted, and I'm like, that is stupid. But I end up switching out because I do want Slowpoke to stay around, and he also has Regenerator, so that helps me out a lot. I end up going into Paris basically as fodder, because now I can just come in with Magnemite, which is going to be quicker than it, and just kill it. I just decided to go for a Thunderbolt because like nothing resisted it. So it's like, sure. And then he goes into his Chimchar. I was hoping he'd go for a Fire move. He didn't go for a Fire move, so I'm assuming he's going to U-turn now. So this also gives me a chance to get more Regenerator off on Slowpoke. But here, he ends up being Scarfed because I'm also a Scarfed Magnemite. I did not expect that, to be honest, but, you know, it happens. So knowing he's locked into Earthquake, I went to my Ghastly and just set up a substitute to be safe. I have no idea why I went for a Sucker Punch. It was kind of stupid. But I should have just gone for like literally any other move. But I mean, either way, I kill it and he kills my sub. That was what was gonna happen anyway. But whatever. He goes into his Shelter, and I go into my Slowpoke, and I'm like, oh no, this is weird. I didn't expect that because he had Rapid Spin. I'm like, this sucks. And I feel like the most powerful move I have is Zen Headbutt, to be honest, because the other move I have is like Surf. So it's like, whatever. So here I basically end up losing everything else to Shelter, and I'm just like, why is nothing doing anything to this thing? This is highly annoying, but whatever. So that is the match. You can expect me to have another actual Wi-Fi match against him because we were going to do one this weekend. So you can stay tuned for that. And as always, I love you guys and I hope you enjoy the little cup and stuff. So bye! I love you all.